case study discussion about Meta's energy dilemmas. So we have chosen this problem statement from Harvard Business School. As we all know, Meta is developing a very large AI data centers, and these data centers are in need of sufficient electricity for their computer servers as well as their cooling systems. So the company is facing the big challenges about which will be suit for the best solution for their energy requirement. So they can prefer the solar, wind, grid system as well as any kind of backup systems. So we have gathered here to give some solutions or suggestions about this problem statement with different roles.
As from what you said, ma'am, as an energy engineer, my goal is to check the continuous flow of the AI centers to run 24 by 7, that they cannot stop even for 1 second. And I have to check about the cooling systems which the AI centers needed for their backup. And I have to check about the electricity which does not stop for the AI centers to run. And I also design, implement the systems for the energy efficiency. And my main goal is to check about the flow of the energy systems.
In my point of view, renewable energy. Meta should use renewable energies like solar power, wind power, which sent into the AI data center. The renewable energy is used to reduce the pollution and protect the environment, which is very important because many companies use net zero emission. In the solar power is also used only in sunlight. Wind energy is also used in many strong wind like. So this way we want to use batteries to store the energies for uses later. So renewable energies cannot send into the power. So we want to, it is very used to produces many part of like power to eco-friendly to environment. That's it.
Powering the data center is not just like powering the residential houses, where in residential houses we can either turn on or off the required switches, but whereas in data centers there will be a continuous supply of 24 into 7 hours to power the systems, cooling systems, servers, everything and all. So to give this amount of energy, if we take this from a EV meter, there would be high amount of consumption bill. So to reduce this, we can go by the conventional method of energy sources. That means like sunlight, wind, that these are the conventional sources. So by obtaining the solar panels in our rooftop, we can obtain around 60 to 70% of our total consumption bill. We can reduce the total consumption bill. And by installing the wind turbines, it too can consume around, we can reduce around 20% of remaining energies. So thus we can, as a cost analyst, I can plan the different ways to reduce the costs. So there will be a high amount of profits in cost sides.
As a community and safety representative, I represent the environment and the local community. If huge data center can put a heavy pressure on the town's electricity supply, if Meta uses too much power, nearby houses and appliances may face shortages. I also want to make sure that no pollution or harmful gases are released. The power plant that supply energy may face shortages. Um, a large construction project must avoid damaging land or trees. My role is to make sure that Meta's energy choices are safe for people living nearby and good for the environment.
As a AI project lead, I focus on making sure that the AI system will always run smoothly. If there is a power cut, even for a minute, a training and a data storage can be affected. This can cause a big losses, so I need a very reliable energy source. Renewable energy is good for the environment, but it may not be stable at all the time. That is why we need a combination of stable energy plus storage backup like batteries. My goal is to create a system that is fast, stable, and ready for the AI future growth.
From what everyone said, we could come to a conclusion here that Meta power resources or data centers need huge electricity and reliable sources which conclude to run through flow without a break. So we could come here that engineers must consider the cost effective, the environmental impacts, and energy levels and the safety measures. So here the best solution here is to give like the energy use of solar plus wind plus grid energies plus batteries. This approach gives reliable energy, and we could see that the use of sustainable energies, and we could reduce the pollutions which come out of that. And we could here conclude that how the technology and sustainability work together, and we could see the fusion working here.
So you all done a very good discussion about the Metas energy dilemmas. So by your discussion, we can, as Gautam concluded, so we can think in the point of efficiency, safety, security, and also the environmental impacts. We can suggest our ideas as along with your renewable resources, we can go for some backup systems, because the energy which we are providing should be reliable and it should be sustainable throughout the day, throughout the year. So it should be a continuous process. So we can suggest a renewable energy along with the backup system, but it always we should have certain concern about the environment and safety precautions, and the important factor of what we have to consider, which is the cost reasonable. So I think you all have a good discussion about among yourself. So thank you.
Thank you.